Piece is real!
Jokes aside, Oda Sir surely did it. Creating a legacy of 25 years is not a joke. Think about it. Imagine going like 16 hours straight, with no regards for sleeping, eating, health, or the world around, just he and his creation. A man burning his soul for something he never wanted to associate with himself. Whenever he is interviewed, no talking of himself or what he feels, or any other relevant topic, just the One Piece. That is, how much he loves One Piece. As a writer, I always wondered, what is the driving force behind him? I mean, think about this. We are talking about the entire human history. Here, each time a great artist has decided to dedicate his entire life for his creation, it sure left a mark on the face of history. But there surely is something else realized by other creators just like him. This driving force is the primordial spark that exploded like a fury, turning everything around into a hellfire, burning away all the unnecessary and leaving behind just the purity from the depth of heart. Those are the moments we see around that makes us see what nobody else will and to turn it into a legacy. Whether it's the simplicities and details of Mona Lisa or Eiffel Tower. Like, imagine this, if Eiffel Tower was made as any other structure. Around those time it would have been just any other over-the-top building. But some crazy man had to use the not-so-cool engineering principles into a drawing only to give us a monument like never before. A perfect blend of aesthetics and engineering in its true form. Coming back to our original topic, it's really crazy to think, what are the inspirations behind One Piece? Now I was talking about this in chronology of One Piece, but let's drop that for now and start from the obvious one. The most heart-bending one, which made us see the worldview of the Marines in a totally different aspect. Just how heartless can the Marines and Celestial Dragons can be? Which opened our eyes to real face of the world government for the first time. The Ohara Incident. Well, when for the first time we got to know the backstory of our favorite mature, tempting, cool, confident, elegant, charming, complete Robin, we were just crying as if we can feel her pain. Especially people like us interested in history, who want at least one time in our life dedicate ourselves towards studying historical events with total dedication. Sure, you too want to know more about the Viking, the Samurais, the Spartans, the Mongols, the Crusades, the 100-Year War, the Battle of the Ten Kings, and the list goes on. When we see the Ohara Incident for the first time, what we really see is a bunch of geniuses working diligently towards attaining real knowledge. Let's see what they found out. Long ago, there existed a kingdom full of glories, knowledge, wealth, science, philosophy, and whatnot. But for some unknown reason, after a war, its existence was removed from the annals of history. And the reason? Somebody just didn't like it as it threatened their lives. But wait, haven't we heard this story? The Nalanda University Incident. Well, of course, by first 10 comparisons, there is actually no similarity at all. Really, no similarity. Until we try to understand what both represented. They represented freedom in its true sense. Yes, freedom from beliefs, burdens, blindness, sorrows, poverty, and every single negativity there can be in this world. No, I'm not talking about euphoria. I'm talking about the limits of humanity. Belief that the world works as we know it does. Burden that we must not go against any injustice just because they make us believe they are good. Blindness towards the acknowledgement that there exists an evil in those we trust the most. Sorrows that are long gone and still linger in our memory. Not in reality. Poverty that doesn't exist, like you may be earning $5,000 a month, but happen to spend all of it. Even you don't realize isn't it poverty? And every such problem in life. What is the highest level till which a human can develop in every part of his life? Feels complicated. Not really. Let's say you can do some things, whether it's writing, singing, dancing, studying, sports, cooking, games, speaking, coding, designing, decoration, craft, business, occult, spirituality, astrology, astronomy, musical instruments, and the list goes on. You just be the best you ever can. Most of all, it's not a competition to defeat someone or to prove your worth or because you want it. You just want to attain knowledge as it is, for it leads to the betterment of us, those around us, and the generations yet to come. That depth you will serve as a reminder to those yet to come, like stone of memorial in darkness, a treasure map, and much more. If we look at history, we find that there used to exist a culture far better in every aspect of life. There was everything a person can have, with depths we can just imagine. The engineering marvel they left behind still fascinates us. We come to realization how little our knowledge is. Soon a power-hungry dictator gets obsessed in eliminating every single trace of this existence. Now it's also necessary to remind ourselves the roots of these actions, its obsession with power and control, and proving we are the right ones. There happens to be a higher power, wanting to control the world as per its narrative, proving it is the best in every aspect, and that which existed before. It is just a failure, eliminating every trace of its achievement. All this for just one thing: control, absolute control. Knowledge is power, but incomplete it needs to be utilized in the most prudent way. It needs actions, strength, discernment, fuel, realignment, priority, change. What to say? We know.
Oh no!
Even after 800 years, the legacy they left behind is a reminder to be free in totality. To soak ourselves into freedom of spirituality. It's not chanting, prayers, idols, mantras, stories, beliefs, ethics, and let it is. It's faith. And we must realize that these are the only ways to reach the foundations of it. Unwavering faith with wisdom. It's a journey, not a job. If they made it so, will we? So best of luck. The only thing we need to know is the age of fighting is long gone. This is the age when we fight in the minds. Not against people, but against negative emotions. Depression, anxiety, greed, bad memories, loss, jealousy, anger, confusion, fear, lust, ego, overconfidence, lethargy, tension, guilt, overthinking, and you count your own. Leaving these behind is but the peak of spirituality. So, be sure to take that first step. You have been avoiding for maybe years and know freedom in its true form. Try doing things you have been avoiding for too long. Cooking, drawing, grooming, without those perfectionist attitude. Traveling, just enjoying this life as it is. So best of luck. Just do it. Now, if you think I'm talking about peaceful and all, please stop. We are the people who introduced rules in war. Not because we want to be that too nice to be true guy, but because death is nothing more than, let's say, loosing a race to home with our kins. That is how we see death. It's our emphasis on violence as last resort, because we have the mindset to cohesively travel through every single pain we will inflict, no matter how sinister person is standing in front of us. Whether it be Sahasra, Arjuna, or Ravana, I guess I have made my point. Because weaponry is among all the arts of living. Even the death of an ant will feel like the loss of someone too close to us. That is the true essence of spirituality, our intertwined depth of compassion. This is true spirituality, something we see in every straw hat. It is their purity in heart, fueled with empathy, that drives them to take steps nobody will against injustice. They never judge anyone, whether it be enemy or friend, big, small, weird, however people are. They just live with freedom. They have no beliefs, just the purity of heart. Just to see the world with love is enough. So be sure to move with freedom, just like the straw hats.